If you're ready to transcend your current limitations and step into a world of unlimited opportunities, this video is your gateway. Join the millions inspired by Proctor's timeless wisdom and start your journey towards a more fulfilling life today. In the vast landscape of human existence, there is an intriguing, often overlooked phenomenon, the wellspring of untapped potential that resides within each individual. This concept, eloquently expounded by Bob Proctor, suggests that we are all born with a reservoir of capabilities, skills, and talents far beyond what we typically express in our daily lives. Imagine, if you will, a vast ocean where only the surface is explored, leaving the depths uncharted and brimming with undiscovered life. This is analogous to the human mind and spirit. Beneath the everyday interactions, the routine tasks, and the societal roles we play, there lies an unfathomable depth of potential waiting to be explored and utilized. Bob Proctor's insights focus on why this potential often remains dormant for many. One major factor he points out is the overwhelming impact of societal norms and expectations. From an early age, individuals are taught to conform to established categories, whether in education, career choices, or personal dreams. Although the educational system serves as a foundation, it frequently emphasizes conformity over creativity and repetition over innovation. Consequently, many individuals mature believing their potential is confined to what they've been instructed or what they observe around them. They opt for lives and careers not because these align with their deepest aspirations, but because they are the most common routes regarded as safe or practical by society's collective mindset. However, this is merely one aspect of the issue. Proctor emphasizes that the genuine tragedy lies not only in the external restrictions imposed by society, but also in the internal barriers we permit ourselves to accept. The human mind, possessing extraordinary power, can also be its own greatest adversary. Individuals struggle with self-doubt, fears of failure, and a host of limiting beliefs that continually murmur, "You can't achieve this," "It's too challenging," or "You aren't good enough." These thoughts morph into self-fulfilling predictions, which keep one's potential locked away like a dragon guarding its hoard. People often settle for less because the journey toward more appears laden with excessive risks, unknowns, or simply too great an effort. Reflect on the narratives of numerous people who at various times in their lives opted to escape this cycle. Take J.K. Rowling, for instance, who, before rising to prominence as one of the globe's most successful authors, was a single mother reliant on welfare, her aspirations and manuscripts overlooked by countless publishers. She could have acquiesced to a life of mediocrity, but instead she chose to have faith in her potential and in the stories residing within her, leading to the emergence of a literary sensation. This isn't solely about success in terms of fame or riches. It's about the profound fulfillment that arises from realizing one's potential. Bob Proctor teaches that recognizing one's potential extends beyond acknowledging what one could accomplish. It involves grasping the essence of who one is destined to become. It's about the path toward self-actualization, where each step taken in faith toward one's true capabilities draws one nearer to the person they were meant to be. This journey demands courage to question the established norms, to confront fears, and to tackle one's own limiting beliefs directly. The heart of settling for less, Proctor suggests, represents not just a personal setback, but a societal loss as well. Imagine the innovations, art, leadership, love, and joy that remain unrealized because individuals either do not receive encouragement or fail to permit themselves to unlock their true potential. Every time someone chooses the path of least resistance, the world loses a little bit of the magic and greatness that person could have contributed. In essence, understanding your potential is about awakening to the truth that one is not here to merely exist or conform, but to live a life of significance, to make an impact, to grow, and to evolve. It's about seeing beyond the immediate, the visible, and recognizing the infinite possibilities within. Bob Proctor's message is clear. You were meant for more, and the first step to achieving that more is to understand, acknowledge, and then actively pursue the vast potential within you. The idea of mindset, as explained by Bob Proctor, is more than just a mental strategy. It is a fundamental element in shaping an individual's life experience. The human mind, in Proctor's perspective, is similar to rich soil. Any thoughts we cultivate will ultimately grow into the situations and experiences we face. This analogy highlights a significant reality. Our thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes do not just mirror our present circumstances, but actively define our future. The strength of mindset is found in its capacity to convert the abstract into the concrete, transforming potential into actual outcomes. Proctor examines how mindset influences reality through our perceptions and expectations. If a person maintains a mindset rooted in negativity, fear, or a sense of lack, it is as if they are viewing the world through dark glasses. This viewpoint not only excludes possible opportunities, but also attracts more of what the individual fears or feels they lack. In contrast, a mindset focused on positivity, abundance, and possibility functions like a magnifying glass, revealing opportunities and drawing in success. This is not simply about being optimistic. It represents a conscious choice of focus, where what one directs their attention towards shapes their experiences. Bob Proctor's views on the significance of a positive mental attitude stem from the belief that our outer reality directly mirrors our inner beliefs. He frequently mentions the law of attraction, which indicates that similar energies attract one another. A positive mindset does not imply that a person is free from obstacles or negative occurrences. Instead, it reflects their interpretation and reaction to such challenges. With an optimistic mindset, difficulties are regarded as setups for comebacks, challenges are seen as avenues for growth, and failures become lessons learned. This outlook nurtures resilience, creativity, and a steadfast pursuit of one's objectives because it fosters a belief in the possibility of successful outcomes. Proctor exemplifies this concept by sharing the stories of successful people who have overcome barriers by shifting their mindsets. For instance, Thomas Edison's narrative showcases how he perceived his numerous failed attempts not as defeats, but as steps on the path to success. Edison's mindset converted potential setbacks into a journey of innovation, ultimately leading to inventions that changed the world. This illustrates the transformative power of mindset. It can alter not just an individual's life, but also the trajectory of history. In his teachings, Proctor frequently points out that altering one's mindset is a gradual process rather than an instantaneous event. It requires consistent practices like affirmations, visualization, and mindful monitoring of one's thoughts. Affirmations act as spoken seeds planted in the mind, fostering the emergence of new beliefs. Visualization serves as a mental practice for achieving success, allowing the mind to become accustomed to the feelings and experiences associated with accomplishment, thus bringing it closer to fruition. Keeping track of one's thoughts helps prevent a return to negative patterns, similar to weeding a garden to permit the flourishing of positive seeds. Moreover, this transformation in mindset demands the recognition and reprogramming of subconscious beliefs. Many limiting beliefs are so deeply embedded that they function outside of our conscious awareness, influencing our reactions and choices. Proctor shares methods to tap into these subconscious layers, to question and revise the narratives that have governed our lives. This process may include confronting and reinterpreting past incidents or embracing new beliefs about oneself and one's abilities. Additionally, the influence of a positive mental attitude goes beyond personal achievements to affect one's relationships with others. An individual with a positive mindset exudes an energy that is contagious, motivating, and uplifting. They become a beacon for others, often leading by example and catalyzing change in those around them. This communal aspect of mindset is where Proctor sees the potential for societal transformation. If enough individuals shift their mental attitudes, the collective consciousness evolves, leading to broader societal benefits. In essence, Bob Proctor's philosophy on mindset is about recognizing the immense power we all hold within our minds to not just react to life, but to create it. By understanding how mindset shapes reality, one can begin to consciously design their life, choosing thoughts and attitudes that align with their highest aspirations. It's about harnessing the mind's potential to see beyond the immediate, to envision and then manifest a life of fulfillment, success, and joy. Through this lens, the importance of a positive mental attitude becomes not just a personal strategy, but a universal principle for human advancement. In Bob Proctor's teachings, the journey towards realizing that you were meant for more involves confronting and dismantling the fortress of limiting beliefs that many individuals unknowingly build around themselves. These beliefs are often the silent saboteurs of potential, the invisible chains that keep one from reaching their true capabilities. Limiting beliefs can manifest in various forms, but commonly include thoughts like, I'm not smart enough, I don't deserve success, I'm too old to start something new, or money is the root of all evil. These are not just casual thoughts, but deeply ingrained convictions that shape behavior, decision-making, and ultimately one's life path. One of the most pervasive limiting beliefs Proctor addresses is the notion of fixed ability. Many people believe their skills, intelligence, or talents are immutable, leading to a life of complacency or fear of failure. This mindset traps individuals in a cycle where they avoid challenges to protect their ego from potential failure, thus never truly growing or achieving more. Another common belief is the scarcity mindset, where one sees life as a zero-sum game, believing there isn't enough success or resources to go around. This can lead to competitive, sometimes unethical behaviors, or worse, giving up on personal dreams because one thinks they're unattainable. To combat these beliefs, Proctor offers strategies for identification and transformation. Identification of limiting beliefs, self-reflection, encourage regular introspection, where one questions the origins of their beliefs. Are these based on personal experience, or are they inherited from family, culture, or society? Journaling. Writing down thoughts and patterns can reveal the subconscious beliefs that dictate one's actions. Over time, patterns of negative self-talk or avoidance become clear. Feedback. Sometimes those close to us can see our limiting beliefs more clearly than we can. Honest feedback from trusted friends or mentors can illuminate blind spots. Strategies to overcome limiting beliefs, challenging with evidence. Once identified, challenge each belief with evidence from one's own life or the lives of others. If you believe you're not creative, list moments when you were creative, no matter how small. Reprogramming the mind. Use affirmations and visualization to replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Statements like, I am capable of learning and growing, or visualizing oneself succeeding in areas previously thought impossible can rewire neural pathways. Education and experience. Often limiting beliefs stem from a lack of knowledge or experience. Proctor advocates for continuous learning and stepping out of one's comfort zone to gather new experiences that contradict old beliefs. Cognitive behavioral techniques. Techniques like cognitive restructuring help in changing thought patterns. This involves catching a negative thought, analyzing its validity, and then consciously replacing it with a more constructive one. Seeking inspiration. Surround oneself with stories of success, especially from those who have overcome similar limiting beliefs. Books, seminars, or even personal stories from peers can serve as powerful antidotes to doubt. Accountability. Having a coach, mentor, or accountability partner can provide external motivation and support to challenge and change limiting beliefs. Proctor emphasizes that overcoming limiting beliefs is not an overnight process, but a journey of self-discovery and transformation. It involves patience, persistence, and sometimes the courage to face uncomfortable truths about oneself. However, the reward is immense. A life where one's actions are not dictated by fear or doubt, but by possibility and aspiration. By dismantling these internal barriers, one paves the way to realizing that they were indeed meant for more, unlocking a life of abundance, achievement, and personal fulfillment that aligns with their deepest potential and desires. In the teachings of Bob Proctor, particularly his philosophy encapsulated by "You were meant for more." The significance of having a clear vision for one's life stands paramount. Vision is not merely about having an end goal, but about envisioning a life that resonates with your deepest aspirations and values. It serves as the guiding light through the complexities of life, providing direction when choices abound, motivation when the path gets tough, and resilience when faced with adversity. A clear vision ensures that every action, decision, and effort is aligned with an overarching purpose, preventing the drift into mediocrity and ensuring that one's journey through life is intentional and meaningful. However, vision alone, though potent, needs the structure of goals to become reality. Goals are the stepping stones that bridge the gap between where you are and where your vision calls you to be. They transform the abstract into the concrete, making the journey towards your vision tangible and measurable. When setting these goals, Proctor encourages dreaming big, advocating for ambitions that might even seem daunting at first. This approach to goal setting is about pushing the boundaries of what one believes is possible, fostering growth and innovation. To effectively set these ambitious goals, they must be structured in a way that promotes achievement. Proctor recommends using the SMART criteria for goals. They should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This framework ensures that each goal is clear, trackable, and within the realm of possibility, yet challenging enough to inspire growth. Writing down these goals is another crucial step. The physical act of documenting your ambitions not only solidifies them in your consciousness, but also serves as a daily reminder of your commitments. Visualization further enhances this process, where one doesn't just see but feels the achievement of their goals, aligning the subconscious mind with their conscious efforts. The journey of achieving these ambitious goals requires a strategic approach. Firstly, creating a detailed plan is essential. This plan breaks down each goal into smaller, actionable steps, providing a clear roadmap from the current reality to the envisioned future. Daily actions are the bricks that build this road. Proctor stresses the power of habituation, where consistent small steps lead to monumental achievements over time. Accountability plays a significant role in this journey. Sharing your goals with someone who can hold you accountable, finding a mentor, or joining a community with similar aspirations can provide the external push needed to maintain momentum. Adaptability is another key aspect. Life is dynamic, and plans might need adjustments. Each setback or failure should be seen not as a defeat, but as a learning opportunity, refining your approach rather than stopping your progress. Celebrating milestones along the way is crucial for maintaining motivation. Acknowledging and celebrating small victories not only boosts morale, but also reinforces the behaviors and strategies that lead to success. Lastly, persistence is the virtue Proctor holds in high regard. The path to achieving ambitious goals is rarely straightforward. It requires perseverance through obstacles and setbacks. Regular reevaluation of your goals ensures they stay aligned with your evolving self and life circumstances, keeping your vision and goals dynamic and relevant. Bob Proctor's guidance on vision and goals is about constructing a life where each action is a step towards living out your highest potential. By setting a clear vision and pursuing it through well-crafted goals, you not only aim to achieve more, but to live a life that truly reflects the mantra, "You were meant for more." In Bob Proctor's philosophy of personal development, particularly in the context of "You were meant for more," the bridge between dreams and reality is built with action and fortified with persistence. Taking action is crucial because it's the only way to translate ideas, visions, and goals into tangible outcomes. Without action, a vision is merely a daydream, and goals are just wishful thinking. Proctor often emphasizes that the universe rewards action. It's through doing that one engages with the world, learns, adapts, and eventually achieves. Action is the catalyst for change, the proof of commitment, and the vehicle through which potential is realized. However, action alone isn't enough. It must be paired with persistence. The journey towards achieving what you were meant for is rarely a smooth sail. It's filled with obstacles, failures, and moments of doubt. Here, persistence becomes the lifeline. It's the quality that keeps you moving forward when everything seems to push back. The force that turns failures into stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. Proctor teaches that persistence is not just about enduring, but about maintaining faith in your vision and goals, even when immediate results aren't visible. It's about continuing to take action day after day with the belief that every effort contributes to the bigger picture. One motivational anecdote from Proctor's teachings involves the story of Colonel Sanders, the founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken. After being rejected over 1,000 times for his chicken recipe, Sanders finally found success at the age of 65. This story reveals the power of persistence. It illustrates that success might not come with the first, 10th, or even 100th attempt, but with unwavering commitment to one's vision. Proctor uses this example to underline that the path to success is often long and requires one to keep pushing forward, no matter how many times they are told no. Another example Proctor often cites is his own life. He speaks of his transition from poverty to becoming a renowned motivational speaker and author, attributing his success to persistent action. He recounts how he continued to learn, teach, and refine his message even when progress seemed minimal. His persistence in self-improvement and in sharing his insights eventually led to his recognition and impact on millions of lives. Proctor also references the parable of the Chinese bamboo tree, which doesn't show significant growth for the first 4 years, despite consistent watering and care. Then, in the 5th year, it suddenly grows to over 80 feet. This metaphor is used to explain how success often requires a period of what seems like stagnation or failure. But with persistence, the growth can be exponential, leading to extraordinary results. In essence, action and persistence are not just steps in Proctor's teachings. They are the heartbeats of the journey towards realizing you were meant for more. They teach that while vision and goals set the direction, it's the persistent action that navigates through the storms to reach the destination. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory in the grand scheme of personal development, reinforcing the belief that with enough persistence, every dream is achievable, every goal attainable, and every individual can indeed live into their vast potential. In embracing Bob Proctor's teachings of You Were Meant for More, we uncover the path to a life of purpose and achievement. By understanding our potential, harnessing the power of mindset, overcoming limiting beliefs, setting a clear vision, and persisting through action, we transform from living by default to living by design. Proctor's philosophy isn't just about achieving more, it's about becoming more fulfilled, more impactful, and truer to our innate capabilities. Remember, the journey to more is ongoing, requiring continuous effort, learning, and faith in the possibilities that lie within each of us.